Hey folks, this is Adria. Now, as we move into the digital age, we're going to be using less paper. Now, speaking of technology, a lot of people are really concerned about their privacy on the internet, right? Well, do you know that a lot of people really overlook their physical privacy? So today, I am going to be reviewing the Aurora 8-page cross-cut shredder. So one of the things I want to talk to folks about regarding shredders is there's two types. There's the straight ones that make sort of spaghetti, and there's cross-cut, right? So you may be saying, well, what does cross-cut look like, Adrian? I'm not really sure. No worries, because I have a bag of recently shredded stuff right here. So, like it says, cross-cut, very tiny stuff. Now, they have confetti ones too, but I really think that's a little bit excessive. My previous shredder finally kicked the bucket. I had that shredder since 2003. So I went online and, of course, checked out Amazon. And, you know, you read reviews, but you're never really sure. So I want to make this video, post it to YouTube, and then share it back to Amazon so people can see how it works. Anyway, it's an 8-page crosscut shredder. The number of pages vary. Sometimes you have to wait for your shredder to cool down if you're doing a lot of shredding. But let's go ahead and see how it works. Here's a shredder. Normally it's under my desk, but I popped it up here. I have some items to shred. Boom. All right, so sometimes I get mailers, like, you know, things and statements that I already get electronically, so I don't need them, right? So you may be thinking, you know, how many pages is this? Well, it's the envelope, and I think this is just like one sheet. All right, so together that's 2 sheets. Let's go ahead and just plug that in, see how that goes. Yeah. Shredded, right? Now, of course, you may have regular paper too, you know. So in this case, let's go ahead and grab. Yeah, I got 3 sheets. Right? Let's just go ahead and put that through. See how that looks. So, can we do 8 sheets? I guess so. It's rare that I have 8 sheets all in my hand, but. One of the things I noticed is that people would be like, oh, it won't do 8 sheets. Oh, my goodness. Like, people are, like, arguing on Amazon. And I read all the reviews. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But pretty much I'm shredding full on with content rather than 8 sheets of paper. All right. So we see that it keeps its name. It can do 8 sheets. But the thing is, like, this is from AAA. AAA always wants to remind me to read it. This one has a card in it. Ooh, confidential. Oh, I can get a merchant account for my business. Oh, look at that. It has a card on there. No, I'm not doing that. So this at the top says maximum 1 credit card. So let's just put this whole thing through with the card and see how it does. It slowed down a little bit, but, you know, it went through. So, you know, can I do all of the stuff I have here? I would say probably not with this shredder. Once, you know, and let's talk about the cost. This shredder is about $40 with free shipping on Amazon, right? Now, once again, shredders that cost maybe $80, $120 that do 10, 20, 30, 40 sheets, you know, maybe you can shred this whole basket. Here, you may want to take a break in between. Your shredder, just like a blow dryer, may overheat and then just stop working. But this way you are not sacrificing your personal information once you put it on the curb, because in many states, once you put paper garbage out on, you know, in your can, anybody can walk up to it and do whatever they want, and someone can eventually build a profile about you, because you may go, oh, well, you know, there's not really enough information there, but over time, there could be enough. You know, this one's Comcast Business Services. They want to sell me, you know, some higher speed internet. Here's AAA again. Now, this is a really thick one. This is, I don't know how many sheets. Let's see how many sheets are in here. But a couple of times I did the really thick ones. Like I said, it had to take a break. So then I just put it in the off mode and then brought it back online. So this is 1 sheet, 2 sheets, because there's a brochure, 3, 4, probably 4 folded up, but they're pretty pretty thick envelope. So let's go ahead and see how the Aurora shredder does. Let's give it to it. There we go. And so there. So we see, folks, that, you know, although you can do like thick envelopes, it's really not the best for your shredder. The other thing too is it won't actually shred. It'll kind of just mush the papers together. So you're best off doing a couple sheets. The other thing to think about, because this is one of the reasons I think my other shredder didn't make it past 5 years. Of course, how long should shredders last? I don't know. But I would sometimes put in like gummy labels. Now I don't do those. Instead, I'll just cut those up. So anything where I'm peeling off the backing. But think of all the different things that you may throw out, you know, that really you just don't need everybody in the entire world knowing about. So you can go ahead and, like I said, pick this up on Amazon. It's Aurora. I went based on reviews. I'm happy with it. I've had this for, oh, look, it has a 3-year warranty. Look at that. So over here on the side, see, it shows credit cards, then it'll do credit cards, paper, and then it says 3-year warranty. I've been really satisfied with it. So I've had it a little bit over a month. So with that, enjoy, take care, and as always, embrace your inner nerd.
Well, good morning. Today I want to show you this Aurora shredder, model AS890C. And I want to tell you what most people never tell you about shredders. First of all, there are a lot of shredders that look like this out there. There are a lot of different kinds of shredders. Most shredders today, a lot of them will use plastic cutting wheels with aluminum cutters. They burn out quickly, they warp. Terrible shredders, don't last long. Most people will buy an inexpensive shredder to shred years of documents, usually all in one sitting. They'll try to. This shredder does have a feature that if it starts to overheat, it will shut down for 30 minutes. The best thing I can recommend is that when you do have papers and things you have to shred, sort of like what I have here, is that just do a handful a day, or maybe some in the morning, some in the evening. Don't have to rush to get it all done. This one will handle credit cards. It will handle staples, small paper clips. It takes up to 8 sheets at a time maximum. Has the reverse, and this one is incredibly well built. And let me show you. I've used it some this morning as practice. Of course, as you shred, some things get stuck in here. But these are solid steel cutting blades. You don't see that in a lot of shredders today. You used to see it a lot in the older days when a shredder could last you a good 20 years. The other mistake people make is they don't oil these things or keep them oiled. When you first get it, of course, you're going to need to oil it. You don't have to buy shredder oil. People will always try and sell it to you, but you can also use cooking oils. But just check with the directions to see what they recommend. I do have some shredder oil. I've had it for over 20 years. Still works fine. But the first thing you want to do, 2 ways to oil this thing, is you can just pour oil on the blades. Then you want to plug it back in. And this has a really good guard on here, so you don't have to worry about somebody sticking their fingers in there and getting them sucked in. And then here I'm just going to run it on reverse, let that oil work in. And of course, it is sort of loud, but all shredders are, unless you're going to get something high quality, really high quality. But this is a great shredder. The other way to oil your blades, and if you haven't used your shredder in a while, this is a good thing to do. Otherwise, as you're shredding, papers will dry. As you're shredding, the papers will dry out the oil on the wheels. Also, as it heats up, it burns off. So you got to oil it fairly regularly. But you can take your shredder oil or whatever it is, just run it across the sheet, and then run it into the shredder. Turn that on. And that's a way that's a good way to also maintain your blades as you're shredding. And you just do that, you know, maybe every month if you do some more shredding. But this is what it looks like on this shredder. It's a very good shredding. Some shredders have diamond cut, some do longer strips, but this is actually very good. And it's definitely a shredder I will recommend. The steel wheels are incredible. Thank you very much.
Automatically cuts off when you lift it up, or you can just simply cut it off. I have not tried the reverse, but so that's it.
So here we go. Here is the infrared IR 2.7K camera for less than $100. It's worth every penny. You do get these gizmos with it. You get the grip piece, you get the amazing microphone, and you have this to cover the lights for daytime shots. You could always remove it and then switch it to infrared. The cool thing too is in this product, if you open it, automatically turns on. And you can go right here. You can see on the camera. Let's get over here. We're going to try to do a dark video. That's like black and white. Of course, you can't really tell, but it's in black and white. But if I go back, it's going to be in color. Yeah, so you just got to push the power button. Shuts off. Very simple to operate. Very lightweight. Easy to control. And it's a fun gizmo. I recommend you guys to get it. Great price, great stuff. Even great for beginners or for a backup camera, for a secondary, third, whatever. It's worth every penny.
So you can see there's nothing in the teeth. Nice and clean. Turn it over and turn it on. And it almost revs faster, which is when it starts to smell. So I turn it off pretty quickly.